how do you find Mumbai?
Hot. We dwelled into not just the incident, we went into saying, what if we sit next to the people who went on the mission? We spoke about the incident, we based the movie around the incident, but it's more about the personal life of the IF person also.
Exactly.
Ab jo hoga dekha jayega is my go-to line.
Go-to.
So let's see whatever happens.
Many people don't know that you were a child artist. So how do you look at
That-
your journey
that-
from
no,
there
no,
to here,
the thing
and then
is,
you started in
I'm
2014, you know?
I'm surprised this thing came out. I'm not a child artist. That was an accident.
Varun Tej,
Yeah.
how do you find Mumbai?
Hot. But it's nice, it's exciting to come here, meet all of you, and obviously talk about a film. Very excited because, first of all, I'm excited because of the film I made, and obviously opening up to a larger section of audience.
Right.
It's always there's a little pressure, but still happy pressure, I think.
I know.
Yes.
Operation Valentine, such an intrigue title,
Right.
you know. Operation, along with
Valentine.
Valentine. Valentine signifies love.
Love, yes.
Operation signifies action.
Action, yes.
So obviously with tot like you, we'll see action also.
Yes, I mean, our intention was also for people to be intrigued by the title. See, sometimes you will just play the title which is little not very significant or relevant to your script because it's very catchy. But sometimes you get an opportunity to have a title which exactly resonates with the kind of film you made.
Mhm.
Here, obviously, when you say Valentine, everyone thinks Valentine is love. In this film, the love is about the country and love is for the country.
I knew.
And obviously, that's why you made me ask.
Yeah.
And obviously, the operation happened during February 14. The incident happened on Feb 14, 2019.
Mhm.
That we're inspired by that incident that happened. So we thought it is nice because we'll have a recall
Yeah.
of what happened back in 2019, and obviously have a very intriguing title. I think we landed on a good title. Yes.
Okay. So how much is it based on the real events, and how much it is like, you know, cellulite?
I mean, exact proportions I don't know, but obviously we took on what happened on 14th February and what happened. You see, there's a certain information that people know from the news articles
Yeah.
or from papers and all of that.
Mhm.
But we dwelled into not just the incident, we went into saying, what if we sit next to the people who went on the mission?
Wow.
What did they actually go through, or how their mental status was, or how their psyche was, or how their behavior pattern was,
Mhm.
or how when they don't tell their families when they're going on such a covert operation, or how their families deal with it.
I know.
We want to tap on the other section of their personal life also,
Exactly.
of the IF person, not just the incident. We spoke about the incident, we based the movie around the incident, but it's more about the personal life of the IF person also,
Exactly.
about their families, their issues, because a lot of people go through accidents, they come back on the force, how their mental status. It's about various things. We try to touch different topics because we want to be more realistic. Agar just incident based, if we take it, we can't go into those topics. So, but we said, okay, let's try and tap onto every section of how it is on a personal front and a professional front for an IF pilot, an Air Force pilot.
Yeah. So what do you enjoy doing more? Action?
Acting, I love whatever it is, but I feel action comes a little naturally for me because growing up I was always a fan of action films.
I know. Yes.
But surprisingly, what happens is I don't like romantic films. I think romance should happen naturally. But
Organically, like it
organically.
happened with you.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll come
so
to it.
on celluloid, on cinema, I personally am not a very big fan of love dramas, but people really liked me in such films also. I did a film called Toli Prema and Fidan. They kind of really liked to see me in a romantic drama also. But it's not in your hands what people like you for. But as an actor, you have to keep exploring different genres and characterizations also.
Okay. Why only in Telugu and Hindi? Why not Tamil and
That
Malayalam
is
also?
I think that you should ask Sony and Renaissance
Sony.
Productions.
Okay.
thing is, it isn't. There's no particular reason why not in other languages. Usually they end up releasing in other languages also. But Hindi, actually, we want to do in Telugu and release in other languages, depending on how the moment is of the film or how much people are intrigued in other languages. Just for the heck of it, we don't want to release in other languages. We have to have that interest and drive in other people. Then we thought we'll take it to them.
Was it shot simultaneously?
Yes,
Like in Hindi and
Hindi and Telugu.
Who's dubbing for you in Hindi?
Hindi, I think so far I only tried, but I don't know if that make it to the final cut. But I mean, I
didn't try.
I tried. Of course, I tried. I dubbed for the trailer teaser also.
Oh.
That is my voice. But it took some classes to get my dialect right. I mean, Hindi is okay, but I can't speak specific
Tough words.
So for when it comes to the Air Force and all that, they have certain language and certain way they conduct themselves. So for that, I took some classes. And we shot it simultaneously, but we thought it was very easy. Okay, in Telugu I know, Hindi I'll do some classes, I read the lines, I'll mug my lines, I can deliver. But the script is so different now.
So different, yes.
So like the same thing you want to explain in Telugu, you can explain in like a 2-second word. Like you can finish saying that in 2 seconds. In Hindi probably will take 5 to 6 seconds.
It has to be long.
So you cannot choreograph your act. If you're having a confrontation scene, you cannot choreograph the timing and all of that properly. So there we had some hiccups and tough challenges, but I think we sailed through.
You sailed through. So this film is coming, you've mouthed the dialogues.
I did.
Oh, very good.
I did. So.
Because when you mouth the dialogue, you're so comfortable, and you want your voice to reach to the Hindi audiences also.
And the thing is, you once you know the dialogues and all pretty well, your concentration won't be about remembering your lines. So that is the reason. See, I have a good memory. I can straight up take the Hindi dialogues and learn and deliver. But the thing is, I wanted to be very confident so that I don't have to think about next line kya hoga. So I concentrated for the same reason, and I think that really helped me enact my role with a lot of confidence.
Okay. Any Hindi dialogue that must have got jinxed while taking it on your
Not
you would like
surprisingly what happened is because I was very confident about my Telugu, I used to mug up my Hindi lines more and give it more time to get the Hindi lines right. So we would start off doing the Hindi line and then jump to the Telugu. So whenever so for example, if there's a scene where I've done my Hindi dialogue, like say we've gone to like 5-6 takes, it is so hard in your head. So next when we went to the Telugu, I was doing my Hindi lines by mistake. So that happened a lot of times. It was funny, but it was challenging also.
Cheptava Hindi dialogues?
Hindi dialogue, ante both dialogues are there. I think ab jo hoga dekha jayega is my go-to line. So let's see whatever happens. Abhi now in all promotional activities I'm saying that now the movie is done. Ab jo hoga dekha jayega.
Very smart. छोटा सा line बोलता है 3 शब्द का.
No. Air Force pilots, they talk less.
They talk less. Yes. One more, this fighter has just come, and this was engulfed in a little controversy. People were talking about the scenes that were not cleaned very well and some romantic scene. What do you have to say about your film? They must have done very good homework. I think we will not be facing any such hiccups.
The thing is, we've worked with the MOD and the IF from the beginning. Because my director was very particular that we will have a very close resemblance to how they function and operate. So for that, from the beginnings, because they don't, IAF or the defenses, they don't promote themselves. So there is very little information about them. So that's why we said, sir, we need your help. We need you to tell us if we are on the right track, if this is how we can behave, if this is how a test pilot or a pilot behaves. So luckily they've been very accommodative. They like the script. Certain things they were not okay with, which they told us, and we changed it. Because our intention is when we're making movies on the real life superheroes, we want them also to be happy. Exactly. When they see the movie, I don't want them to think that we do something else. What are they doing? Yeah. At least from our team, we wanted to make sure this is a film where not just the audience, even IAF or anyone working in the armed forces will be proud of saying, it's a very good representation of what her work is.
I know, it has to be. Since you were talking about the emotions of the family that they will be showcasing, I fortunately belong to the army background.
Oh, nice.
So I remember in 1962, when my father went for the China war,
Okay,
and the गाड़ीज जा रही थी और इतने इमोशनली सब खड़े होकर रो रहे थे, तो अब इसमें जो इमोशंस की आप बात कर रहे हैं, how emotional did you turn, you know?
In first thing, obviously,
about the family members.
because when I was this part of the family, I got to see firsthand when I was shooting in Gwalior.
क्या बात है?
So I was shooting there. I went to their quarters where all of them were staying. So they were telling me about how we are not from the same mother, but we are united by this mother called India.
Yes.
And if today I have a call, I have a mission, I can't even tell my wife that I'm going on to this or that.
They're very secretive.
So in the night, they suddenly pack their bags, they tell them they're going for work and they don't answer their calls for 72 hours. He said that is when my friend staying next door will take care of my family like his own.
Yes.
See, that kind of brotherhood and like how they treat another family like their own is something that really moved me. Because in real life, they're not like that. Outside, everyone is so busy in their own lives. They were like, about the people next door, they were like, okay, they're fine. But for them, they treat them actually like they're real family.
Exactly. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen in Tollywood and Bollywood.
It doesn't happen anywhere, I feel, other than because everyone is too lost in their lives. Everyone's too busy trying to make something else out of their lives. Where obviously, they're good-hearted people who take care of people around them, but not to the extent that the armed forces go. They are hands-on about it.
They're hands-on about it. Anyway, many people don't know that you were a child artist. So how do you look at your journey from there to here, and then you started in 2014, you know?
I'm surprised this thing came out. I'm not a child artist. That was an accident. I went to shoot.
Because
my dad was acting in a film with Mr.
A national awardee. I'll come to that also.
When I was working with Brahmanand Garu, they were doing a comedy.
Yeah.
And in that, Mr. Chiranjeev Garu played a small cameo. Mm-hmm. So I was excited to go and see because my dad and my uncle were working together. So I went to the set, I bunked school and went. Obviously, that's one good reason I can give. I said, shooting, I'll bunk school. So they took me there. So they had a small role of a boy just coming in and asking a toy and all. It's not a great role. It's just a blink, listen a blink. So I just come in, they said, Varun, you want to act? I said, with daddy. I said, okay. So, and I just did that. And later, even then, I didn't want to become an actor. I just did that because they gave me a chocolate.
Okay.
They bribed me to do that. But later, after 10 years, over time, I always wanted to become something in the industry because I have huge respect towards it. Because that we are in this position because of what the film industry is. And it put food on a plate, on a table. And I have huge amounts of respect towards it because it gave us not just food, gave us respect, gave us everything, and shaped us up into this responsible people. I'm talking about my family.
I know.
So with that respect, I always had this inclination towards this industry, but hero banunga, that I never had. So that over time, when I was watching, growing up, then I thought direction is the right thing. But somewhere growing up as a kid, it hit me that, you know what, acting is what I want because I want to express. I'm a very shy guy. I thought in front of the camera, yes, of course, put my personality at home. And in front of the camera, I get to don different characterizations, be different people. And I felt that was very intriguing as a kid. So I thought acting is my thing and I took it up.
Hero quality undi garu.
And hero quality, మనం develop చేసుకోవాలి. The characterization so like depends on the characters we play. But hero quality, and today the definition of who a hero is, it's not just based on looks. Not just.
I mean to say, even you have those talent.
It might help you with certain roles where you have to look a certain part, where you have to be tall.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to be like bulky or you have to be lean. But otherwise, it's all about and all based on your performance, how you can believe in the role you're playing, and then how you can make the audience believe in it.
Yeah, you are an assimilation of a good persona. And of course, acting qualities also. And luckily, this is your first film after marriage. What do you have to say?
Luckily.
First outing?
It was supposed to.
And you're going to give her a miss, you told us, for the Valentine Day.
No. She's here. She's in Bombay.
She's here. Oh, wow.
She said, I'm not going to leave you alone on
the
Valentine's Day. So I said, please
she trusts you now.
Yeah, she does it totally. I mean, it's marriage institution is totally based on trust. I think that goes without saying. What is your question, you said?
I said first outing.
First outing, yeah.
What is your thought process like?
I think nothing.
And women brings luck to you, obviously.
I hope. I think it will.
7 years she waited for you.
She's been. I mean, I waited.
Yeah,
I
you
waited.
also waited, but you
Yeah,
were
I
so
waited to get
secretive.
married.
Yeah.
But I think we figured that out.
You're blushing.
Process. I mean, yeah. But there's obviously in between I felt a little pressure that okay, Shadi hone ke baad the movie should do well and all. I think it doesn't matter. I mean, it's a long path, and she's always been the biggest supporter of me. However the movie was, even when I get disappointed, she usually is the one who picks me up.
Exactly.
Emotional support and all. I think I have greatly she has, and I have from her.
Maybe your films आगे पीछे एक आध film successful नहीं हो गई, Mr.
Yeah.
Successful हुई थी.
Yeah, I mean,
Mr.
No, Mr.
You
didn't
got
do
her?
well.
Mr.
Didn't do well. Like, see,
I think Mr. did well.
we're not a hit couple on screen, but we're a hit couple in real life. I think I'm very happy. At least we're a hit couple. This is where it matters. I mean, film में तो tomorrow maybe again some nice script comes, we can probably work and maybe that film will work. But I think a movie was lost, but love was found.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
You gave me the headline. And she spoke to our Deccan Chronicle just lately, and she said that the family, all the in-laws also supported her a lot, you know.
Yeah.
So what do you have
The
to
thing
say
is,
about the amicable relationship that even she must have put in?
She's not at all like me. I don't get into conversations so easily and start talking and become very free. But she has a habit of making people around her so comfortable.
Yeah.
And I know before I took her to my family, I know I have a huge family and I know. Various kind of people.
It's a big picture it was.
And I knew when I had to take her in, I knew that she can actually hold on to such a big number and she can actually, not to make an impression.
You have to be so original.
I know she's originally the person who'll actually take everyone together. And she has that warm nature. And people in my family really welcome her with open arms.
I think I spoke to her in 2012 for her film. I spoke to her and I felt I could get that warmth.
That is her debut.
That is her debut.
That is when I saw her on screen. I said, oh, this girl is very good.
Okay.
But after I never realized that I would end up marrying her.
Oh,
but
your this thing, dreams have come true. Like, oh, good. I mean, you cherished it. Maybe back of your mind.
No, later when I tell her, we laugh about it.
Okay. Anything else because this girl is on my head?
No. She's always in my she's in my heart.
Okay. Anything else you would like to tell the Telugu audiences and the Hindi audiences since you're coming for the first time?
I mean, definitely, I'm happy that, for any actor, you want your work to be spoken, or you want your work to be watched by a larger section of audience. That is eventually a dream of any actor or any performer. I'm glad at least, sometimes you have to go with the right film also. And from somewhere deep down, I feel like this is the right film to make that leap with, and something that people really resonate with. And I think tomorrow people are going to appreciate our efforts and to what we are trying to actually show through this film. It's definitely a tribute to the IF, to the heroics that they do. And again, obviously packing it and making it commercially viable so that people also sit in theaters and enjoy it.
Okay. Lastly, any talks with the Hindi filmmakers? Did anyone approach you for Bhul Bhulaiya?
No, I don't know.
No.
I don't.
I just heard, so I said I must confirm. So, any talks?
No, not yet. Now the talk is only about OPV, Operation Valentine.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.